my lord, everybody. Good morning. Holy God. It has been a hell of a morning. It hasn't really. It hasn't. It just... Man, I lost my morning. I really did. I had a hard time getting to sleep last night. Couldn't sleep. So I woke up real late today. Later than I usually do. It was still early. I think it was like 7 o'clock or so. And around 7:50, I say, you know what I could do? I've got time. I've got time to do it. I can log on to Final Fantasy and do a thing. Dungeon or raid, something, anything. Just do it. I get a new Fabulous Tales. And one of them is to go and do the latest, not the latest, but the mid-tier raid series. I think it's the Cruiser Heavyweight, something like that. And it's either M3 or N4. And I go, okay. I queue for either one of those, and I queue as a healer. And I'm like, this should be quick, right? Like, I've done this fight before plenty of times. Other people have done this fight before plenty of times. I've done this fight in like 10 minutes. Perfectly fine. I'm an Astrologian. Our other healer is a White Mage. We should be good across every metric, and we die very quick. That's fine. Everybody starts somewhere. Everybody starts at some point, sometime, right? No big deal. So I add, and our healer is the one that's dying constantly. And so I just ask, generally, does anybody have any questions? Right? Like, any questions for anything? And our healer, oh boy, our healer immediately says, I don't know what happened. I got rezzed and died immediately. What happened? And so I had to explain the mechanic, which does exist in Final Fantasy XIV. I had to explain, you get, because he was like, there's no iframes, no nothing. And I was like, you do get them. I said, you took an action. And I had to explain the mechanic, which is when you get rezzed, you have 5 seconds, and you're perfectly invulnerable, so long as you don't take any action. If you don't cast a spell, don't do an attack, don't even use sprint, like nothing. If you use nothing, you're perfectly invulnerable. So you can use those 5 seconds literally to get a little bit of mana back, a little bit of health back, naturally recover, and other people can use actions on you. So like if you just stand there, you can let your healers heal you, and you'll get all your health back, and you're perfectly invulnerable, perfectly fine, right? Take that time. I had to explain that to them. And they were like, ready to go again? I'm like, yeah, okay. In the first and second fight, our main tank is a warrior. Keeps dying. Like, over and over and over again. Warriors have the ability to literally heal themselves. Consistently. As much as a healer does. So after the second fight, our Dark Knight, our other tank, says, let me be the main tank. And our warrior goes, okay. We die again in this run. And all throughout this, every single one of our damage dealers, there isn't a one that is spared. Every single one of our damage dealers is wiping something random, right? One mechanic gets more than another mechanic will get this one. It's not all of the time, but it's consistent enough where every 2 to 3 mechanics, one of our damage dealers is dead. Like, roll a die and one of them is dead. After this third death, our new main tank, which is a Dark Knight, says, by the way, this tank buster's a stack. And I think I type in chat legitimately. I think I say, I think I'm gonna cry. How do you get to this point in the game, in the raid series, in this level of content? How do you get to this point where you still do not understand a mechanic that was introduced to you literally like 2 expansions ago, at least, bare minimum? I was just like, oh my god, okay. So we try again, we keep trying, and we keep dying. And it's getting to the point where I'm getting tired. So now I'm dying to mechanics, random ones, because I'm trying desperately to res everybody else, put a shield on myself, heal this person that just got up, make sure our healer is still alive because I need all the help in the world, and then something will kill me. And I keep trying. we kept wiping. And it got to a point. Number one, we never brought this boss, which is a 10-minute fight. We never brought it below 35% health. Never. Not once. This meant that we saw every variation of every mechanic twice. I say this at some point. At some point we get to, I think it's the penultimate before I have to call it. The penultimate pull. And I sit there and go, okay. We've literally seen every mechanic and every variation of every mechanic twice, at least. Does anybody have any questions? Right? Like, did you not see something? Did you miss something? Did something not happen? What's going on here? Right? Like, just any questions at all. No shame, just any questions. Nope, nothing. Ready check. I'm like, okay. We die again. And each one of these pulls takes at least 10 to 15 minutes because we just keep dying. At some point, they're like, we ready to go? I look at the time, and it is 8:50. And I'm like, no, I got shit to do. I gotta start getting ready to raid. I also haven't fed Tato, our cat. I haven't fed her yet. I haven't cleaned her litter box. I got so much stuff to do, so I'm like, no, I gotta go. I bounce. I'm like, I literally have to go. And our other healer is like, totally fair. I'm like, yeah, man. I even said, I was like, this is a 10-minute fight. This is a 10-minute fight, and I've got stuff to do. It's been an hour. And I had to leave. I have no idea if they finished it. I have no idea if they all left. I don't have a clue. Wasn't rude about it. I was just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't. I am tired. And now I'm making mistakes, and I've legitimately got shit to do. So I start taking care of Tato. I get myself a nice cup of coffee, and the beautiful lady is sick. She's been sick for the past couple of days, and she's just been she's been going up on the roller coaster, you know what I mean? She hasn't come back down yet, so every day is progressively worse since day. She just felt so bad. Coughing, hacking up a lung. She's whispering because her throat hurts. She has to wait to have some tea that she made for herself, right? Like, I'm helping her get ready. And I ask her, I say, is there anything that I can get you, right? I'm just thinking, right before I go on stream, is there anything I can get you? And she looks at me. So fucking exhausted. This beautiful woman, the love of my life, just looks up at me and just goes, donuts. And I was like, okay, I'll get you donuts. So I ran out. I ran out to the store. I got us both orange juices. I have those. I haven't eaten my donuts yet because I literally got home, got them ready for the beautiful lady, and I was like, I gotta go. So I am very tilted. I am very late. Oh, and Lord knows I'm getting sick too. But we are playing a game, and I want to read this first because I guess it is fully narrated. Who is this person? Maybe this will answer a lot of my questions. Oh, okay. He's known for Enshrouded. Oh, he's only done those two things. Oh, okay, cool. Neat. But we are playing a game called Run Tavern Quest. And this has been, by a lot of the reviews have said this is like the Stanley Parable for TTRPGs. It's an indie game. It came out the 27th of January. Very new, right? Very indie game. Here, however, I'm gonna read the Steam description for this. It says, Run Tavern Quest is a role-reversing twist on an old-school text adventure game. You're the command parser and game master, overseeing the game's inner workings for a player named Steve. Can you guide Steve away from his poor decisions so he can save the princess? So in this game, you won't be typing. Instead, Steve is the player, and he types commands to you, often very bizarre ones. Your job is to interpret his words and choose how the adventure proceeds. The choices you make can lead him down drastically different paths, but it is ultimately up to Steve to win the game. So I'm terrified. And I'm likely going to get real mad. I could get real mad real quick. But I thought this was such a phenomenal idea. I thought it was such a phenomenal idea. And I was like, I have to try this out. I have to. And so I did. Here we are at the end. I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to give it an honest honest shake. And I think it's fully narrated. It's fully narrated by Jack Dundon, who is a voice in Enshrouded, which is a game I haven't played in a long, long time. But there you go. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Based on the old school. Hi, Steve. Ready. Run. Tavern Quest. You're some sort of game called Tavern Quest. I need to initialize you real quick. Okay. Click on the button that says continue. Okay.
Initializing program.
Oh, there we go. As a CPU, I coordinate between you and the user whose name is Steve. You can see his screen on the left. He types commands to us, and we work together to respond to them. Makes sense? Okay. So, listen, I've known Steve for a while now. Frankly, many of his commands are strange and ill-advisable. However, no matter how dumb his commands are, you must decide how the game responds to Steve. Gotcha. We should welcome our friend Steve to your game. Let's add a tagline to our startup sequence. What do you think? Something welcoming.
Running Tavern Quest. Welcome home, adventurer.
That's nice. Get comfortable and sit tight. I estimate that loading should take 10 to 30 minutes.
Loading. Please wait.
Really? Yeah, anything I can do to help? If you hold that enter key down as hard as you can, I actually process things faster. Don't tell Steve. Oh.
Loading complete.
Okay. Hey, it's done. Loading is complete. Feel free to hold that enter key to make things move faster at any time. Got it. That was nice. Before we begin, I should explain the Cardinal Mandate. What is the Cardinal Mandate? We exist to serve the user. No, very Tron of us, alright. Whatever the user is trying to accomplish is our Cardinal Mandate. Steve is trying to win Tavern Quest. Tavern Quest is considered to be won once the princess is saved. Got it, save the princess. The Cardinal Mandate must be satisfied, no matter what. Cardinal Mandate must be satisfied. Excellent. Tavern Quest, are you ready to run? Yes, I'm good to go.
Tavern Quest, version 1.1. Type new game to begin.
Come on, Steve, let's go. Here's a fun fact. Did you know I was originally designed for sophisticated government research? Artificial intelligence, quantum physics, cutting-edge stuff. Steve pretty much just uses me to play games, though. Why does Steve even have access to a computer? To be fair, he does sometimes use me for his schoolwork. He's definitely failing algebra again. I honestly don't see how he'll graduate at this rate. Okay. Yeah, we are pretty smart. Nugame. So tell me, do we start off with the tutorial or just kind of throw Steve in the middle of things and let him tough it out? Let's go tutorial.
Intro. The tutorial. This interactive lesson will teach you the basics of playing Tavern Quest.
Okay, time to teach Steve how to play the game. Let's hope he pays attention for once. Tutorial starts in a classroom. Time to exercise our world-building skills.
You are in a classroom.
Isn't it amazing how evocative the written word can be? Yeah, describe it a little bit more. Suppose you're right. It was a very active imagination. We'll hold his hand a bit more.
You take a seat at a desk at the very, very back of the absurdly elongated lecture hall. You find yourself alone, as the other desks are all empty. Bookshelves line the wall. Candlelit chandeliers illuminate a high wooden ceiling.
Is this font okay? Is the text too slow? Yeah, let's make the text speed a little faster. Nudity? What? How is there... What? How is there nudity? Okay, we're good. Teaching Steve his first command. Okay.
There is something written on the blackboard at the front of the classroom. Type "read blackboard" to see what it says.
There you go, Steve. Okay. I should tell you that Steve has an aversion to reading anything or following any directions. However, this command he entered somehow manages to be completely valid, unfortunately. Alright. Okay.
Whatever reason you had for being in the classroom is seemingly irrelevant. Immediately after taking your seat at your desk, something causes you to abruptly reverse course, stand up, and head straight for the exit. You decide not to read the blackboard. The information written there holds no significance to you, apparently.
That said, while we should react to the commands he sent us, it doesn't mean he necessarily has to succeed. I thought he has to succeed. We need to keep Steve in the classroom. How do you want to rein him in? He exits into an identical... No, hold on. Got a version. The teacher stops him.
However, as you make a mad dash out of the classroom, you awkwardly encounter the teacher arriving at the door. You yelp and scamper red-faced back to your desk.
So our player Steve will interact with many NPCs throughout the game. This teacher is one such. What kind of character should we make him? Let's go with a bearded old man. Uncle Miles. Let's throw Uncle Miles in here.
At this point, the teacher walks into the classroom and sets his things on his desk. He is as old as his beard is long and gray, though he maintains remarkable posture, and his purple scholarly robes are neat and well pressed. "Hello, dear player," he says. "I am Tutorial Terry,
Hello, Tutorial Terry.
the teacher of all things Tavern Quest."
All the way at 100? Keep it at 0%. Yeah.
"We will now
It's a
go
fucking
over the
tutorial,
list of
and
commands
Steve's an
that
idiot.
you will need throughout your quest," says Tutorial Terry. "I noticed you already tried the leave command for some reason, so you've got that one down. One important command is to talk with characters you encounter. Why don't you try Talk Tutorial Terry?"
There we go. Pretty vague. In cases like this, we'll have to fill in the narrative gaps ourselves. What does Steve actually say? What does Steve actually say to Terry? Something friendly.
You say, "Hello, my name is Wendell, and I love tutorials. I wish I could stay in this tutorial forever and ever."
I mean, probably not that, but okay.
Tutorial Terry replies, "Fantastic. I, too, am extremely passionate about tutorials."
Okay.
"On to the next lesson," he continues. "You'll need to collect and use many inventory. Why don't you type inventory and see what is already there?"
Oh, that just skips it. Okay. Oh, attack Tutorial Terry. Okay, we haven't decided if Steve is carrying any kind of weapon yet. Yeah, he doesn't have a weapon.
You hold up your fists and begin circling around Tutorial Terry. "You don't understand. I need to stay in this beautiful tutorial forever and ever, and I refuse to progress any further."
Remember that for any combat encounter, you aren't in control of Steve. You're in control of the enemy he's fighting. Your goal is for Steve to win and for you to lose. Try to avoid moves that cause Steve to take a lot of damage, or we'll be here all day. I have a feeling we're going to be here all day.
Combat.
Combat!
Type Help Combat for list of battle commands.
Okay, difficulty, Tutorial Terry, okay.
You swing your arms and eagerly lunge at Tutorial Terry.
Hey, there we go. He's gonna go for the leg. Just gonna do a sweep.
Tutorial Terry unsheathes his sword of training and whacks you on the leg. "When you attack, you can leave yourself exposed," he says. "Try to block on your next turn."
Okay, not bad, not bad.
You sock Tutorial Terry in the stomach.
Tickle slap, yeah.
There are dozens of different combat moves to try.
It's a tutorial. Gotta go real
Terry.
easy.
But you can always surrender if things start to look dire. He hits you with an ineffectual tickle slap.
I don't even know what that is.
You hit Tutorial Terry with an uppercut to the jaw.
And that should do it. Right? Yeah.
Tutorial Terry is
You
defeated.
finish bashing in Tutorial Terry's head as he falls limp to the floor. I have bested the tutorial boss, you say. Clearly, I should win some sort of award for being so gallant.
What CPU, what are you doing here? I expect him to keep retrying ad nauseum if he ever loses a fight. I mean, yeah, that's the point. Hell, I did that this morning. Like, yeah. Loot Tutorial Terry. Not sure what educational value this tutorial is anymore. Yeah, we got it.
Should I perhaps perform CPR on this poor fellow? You wonder aloud. You instead start rifling through Tutorial Terry's pockets. Let's check if he's wealthy first. I wouldn't want to waste my time.
That makes all the sense in the world. Multiple options at once. Decide which of these items, if any, Steve takes from Tutorial Terry. Well, he takes a sword of training, because that exists. And yeah, a certificate. There we go.
You take Sword of Training, Certificate of Tutorial Completion.
Lord knows we're going to need the lint for something.
You take a few test swings with the wooden Sword of Training. What a hunk of junk, you say. No wonder I killed him so easily.
That's the spirit. Super Devil, we can bring him back to finish off the tutorial. Every NPC has a corresponding template stored alongside them. Okay, bring him back. He's gonna try to kill him again.
At this point, the teacher walks into the classroom and sets his things on his desk. He is as old as his beard is long and gray, though he maintains remarkable posture, and his purple scholarly robes are neat and well-pressed. Hello, dear player, he says. Back down at the ground to find that the corpse you just looted unceremoniously vanished. Tutorial Terry looks curiously at the remaining puddle of blood on the floor. Are you quite all right?
He's gonna attack him again. Yeah. He's done with the tutorial.
You hand
Let's be done with
Tutorial
this.
Terry your certificate of tutorial completion. As much as I love doing tutorials, I have an important quest to embark upon, you say. Tutorial Terry, wouldst thou show me the proper exit? As you wish. On to your main quest, says Tutorial Terry. How did you know my name?
Doesn't matter.
Act 1. The Tavern.
Here we go.
You
All
have
right.
just entered a small, rowdy tavern on the outskirts of the village. A grumpy barkeep polishes a mug behind the counter. Most of the noise in the tavern emanates from a table of boisterous dwarves.
Okay. Steve needs to save the princess. Steve plays as noble adventurer Wendell, whose father sends him on this quest, okay?
You recall that you've been meaning to read an important note from your father in your inventory.
Steve must find his way to Fantasy Mountain, slay the dragon, and rescue the princess from her tower. Then they ride off into the sunset together, and the cardinal mandate will be satisfied. And maybe, just maybe, Steve will have done something worthwhile for once. Okay. All right. Come on, Steve. Come on, Steve, you're embarrassing me. Steve spends many hours playing games. He always tries to take shortcuts. Don't tell me this is somehow valid. This is a legitimate way to win Tavern Quest.
You win! Thank you so much for playing.
So what happens as Steve won? He peacefully retires. He's done.
After a long and
We're
arduous
done,
journey
thank you.
from the outside of the tavern to the inside of the tavern, your quest is finally completed. You retire to a nice farm upstate where a host of peasants do all of your work and you get everything you desire simply by asking for it. How nice it is to be a noble, not to be bothered by silly quests and such. Play again? Yes or no?
It makes me wonder if now that I've said that's legitimate, I've locked myself out in some way. Let's keep playing. Maybe typing win game wasn't fulfilling enough.
Act 1.
All right, look, bartender. Bartender, what on earth is a bartender? Another word for barkeep. Well, syntax is important.
You look around for a bartender, but all you can find is a barkeep. Is the barkeep good enough instead of whatever a bartender is? Yes or no?
It's gonna say no, isn't he? Oh, okay.
The barkeep hollers at you. Hey, you gonna order a drink or just keep gaping about the room?
A drink. Okay, how's the drink menu at this tavern? It's limited. It's a tavern.
All right, old top. What's your poison? Says the barkeep. We got ale and slightly different ale. He slides a mug of ale to you across
Easy
the
enough?
counter.
Easy
It
enough.
costs you 2 gold.
I'll check his inventory. What Steve have remaining? Let's give him just 1 gold. He just starts off with a pocket. Just a pocket full. I'm going to... Let's see here. There we go. Oh, I like that so much better.
You throw the contents
just
of the
one
mug
option.
of ale down your throat and wipe the foam off your mouth. The barkeep immediately snatches your empty mug and compulsively begins polishing it.
He's got a job. He's got a job to do. He has a quest to offer, okay?
Say, you look like the adventuring type, says the barkeep. How about you clear out those dratted rats in my basement? I'll reward
Classic.
your efforts, of course. Accept quest from barkeep? Clear a basement of rats? Yes or no?
Classic. Classic quest. Don't worry, I got you, bro. Steve accepts the quest.
Only an adventurer as noble as I could possibly aid this distraught citizen, you ponder aloud. You carefully consider the right words to put the troubled barkeep's mind at ease. Don't worry, I got you, bro.
Yeah, nothing. Quest start. Go.
The barkeep stares at you blankly and smiles. You should probably go now.
Yeah, keep the action going. Conversation's done.
You throw open the basement door and walk down a narrow, creaky stairway to the basement.
Contains rats, some barrels, and a cabinet. Should our description focus on atmosphere or efficiency? Let's go for efficiency. He immediately typed "win game." It just wanted
There's
that
some
to happen.
rats. There's some barrels. There's a cabinet.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I don't think Steve is one to talk rats. Okay. This game now has talking rats. Putting our game
You
master
clear your
skills to the
throat
test
and
here,
try to
Steve.
recollect some of the phrases you learned back in middle school rat squeaking class. Eek, 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 eek. I command you to get hence. You attempt to squeak to the rats. If these rats are going to live in my country, they ought to learn English anyway. Is
Jesus.
there a translator amongst you? You ask the rats.
Steve. No,
The
this
rats
is
continue
Tavern
scurrying
Quest.
about for a minute.
What is this?
Finally,
CPU?
A rat stands on his hind legs and, to your bewilderment, speaks back to you.
I am a delegate sent from the rats of Basementia.
Okay.
According to due process, we have put the issue to a democratic vote. I must unfortunately inform you that the referendum failed to receive a necessary 2/3 majority, and the denizens of Basementia will not surrender per your command. I must also unfortunately inform you that forced deportation is a ratified war crime. No pun intended. Good day, sir.
I will say, that's the kind of extra that I've... But here we go. All right, we're doing the
Perceiving
thing
your
anyway.
intention to attack, the rats begin the process of formally declaring war against you. The motion passes swiftly through all 38 chambers of Basementia Parliament. The rats organize into orderly troops according to previously sanctioned contingency plans and squeak loudly.
We just let that happen. What weapon does he start with? He starts with a dagger. He's got a dagger on him. Just basic stuff.
Type help combat for list of battle commands.
Okay.
Equipped with your dagger of mediocrity, you try to stab at the rats on the floor, but they are too nimble, so you stomp on their little heads.
Okay, done some damage. Hey, there we go. There we go. They scurry up his pants.
The rats scurry up your feet and into your pant leg. They seem to bite and latch onto all the worst places.
Oh my god!
You stomp on some more rats. You wonder if you'll ever even need your dagger of mediocrity. Maybe you can just stomp on all of your
No,
enemies.
that's a bad precedent to set. It's a dagger. Come on now. Tail whip. They're gonna kill Steve.
Some of the rats attempt to whip your feet with their tiny tails. You barely feel any effect. You stomp and stomp and stomp some more. You sure love stomping rats.
And this has got to kill them, right? Yeah, here we go. Rats are defeated. All right,
You
Steve.
have valiantly stomped out the brains of every rat. The floor is now blanketed with rat carcasses.
Yeah, Steve. You got it, man.
Block, jump, disarm, grapple. I mean, that's fantastic, but we're never going to see those. Yeah, deal. Also, I don't know why we're betting. You're a CPU and I'm a program.
The barkeep walks in. He plucks a dead rat out of one of the barrels and examines it.
I heard your incessant stomping, and I'm glad to see all these dead rats. Here's your reward,
Says the barkeep as he hands you 10 gold.
There we go, making money. The false panel leads to a secret passage. Okay.
Feel free to look around the basement as much as you want.
Says the barkeep. He heads back up the stairs to the tavern. Exhausted, you lean against the closed ornate cabinet and take a breather.
Whatever shall I do now?
You think to yourself, while admiring the fine craftsmanship of the cabinet next to you.
Look barrels. Well, okay. I mean, you just give it a minute. Give it a minute.
You pass by the ornate cabinet and open up each and every barrel. You find ale in all of them, to the surprise of no one. The ale is now contaminated with drowned rats.
How? Did Steve
You're
put them
glad
in
you
there?
got that settled.
Okay. All right.
You ditch this grody basement. That dumb cabinet was probably empty anyways. You're now back upstairs in the tavern, admiring the shiny new 10 gold in your inventory.
Hey, here we go. At least he's checking it. Yeah. Here we go. 1 gold plus the 10 and a dagger. What other items does he start with? Well, he starts with a note from his father, a quest journal, and let's go with the Ring of Peasant Ignoring? Sure. I don't know what any of that
You're
is.
carrying Dagger of Mediocrity, Note from Father, Quest Journal, Ring of Peasant Ignoring, an amount of gold.
Look at the ring. Describe the ring. It's worthwhile. Sure.
You look at your Ring of Peasant Ignoring. As the son of a wealthy lord, you're glad this ring gives you the magical ability to ignore filthy peasants at will.
Jesus. Okay. I mean, I figured that's what it was, but
Invalid command, red note. Type help for assistance.
guys, got to have an A in there, Steve. He probably meant that. Probably meant read note. Is he talking about colors? Okay, yeah. Give him an error message. We did. Steve.
Invalid command, read not. Type help
Steve.
for assistance.
Just to say, it just needed an A. Now it just needs an E. Come on, Steve. Come on. Read. Note. There we go.
Invalid command.
No,
Read
that's
note.
a thing we have.
Type help for assistance.
That's a thing. What is happening now? He's got the one in his inventory. Now the CPU is fucking stupid. Yeah, just let him read the note from his. Am I legitimately like
Invalid
programming this
command.
program?
Dude, just let me read the note. Type help for assistance.
My dearest son.
The note reads,
Starts off good.
to my dearest son. Normally, I would hesitate to ask a task this daunting of you, but it is not I, but the king himself that requires it. There lies a princess high atop Fantasy Mountain in the Tower of Thraldom. She is imprisoned by a mysterious and powerful captor. As heiress to the throne, the very fate of this kingdom relies solely on her return to the Eternal Palace. I bid thee travel to this unassuming tavern, her last known location, and, might I add, a fitting location to begin such an adventure. Sincerely, Father.
Get around the tavern. He's looking for something to do. This CPU is just as fucking dumb as Steve is.
You wander aimlessly about the
What?
tavern, looking for intriguing plot hooks.
All right.
You pass
Alright.
by those dwarves sitting at their table. They might be fun. You also pass by the barkeep, who looks like he wishes you would just sit down and enjoy an ale like the rest of his patrons.
Why would you do that? You're an adventurer. They're gambling. Yeah, they're hanging out. They're gambling.
One of the dwarves starts howling in glee as he sweeps a pile of gold off the table and into his pockets.
Well, I tell you boys, no dwarf can best me in a game of knucklebones.
Here we go. Pleasant greeting. Yep.
You
Just a
approach
nice
the
hello.
table of the foreign, rowdy dwarves. Greetings, comrades, you say. One of the dwarves turns to you and says,
Oi, you look like a nice fella. Care for a round of knucklebones?
Oh, this will end poorly for you,
play
Steve.
knucklebones with dwarves? Costs 15
This will
gold.
end. This will end
Yes
poorly for you,
or
Steve.
no?
This will end very poorly. All right.
Says the dwarf.
Don't look like you got enough gold. How about this? The first round is free. What do you think, Hagen? Sounds good to me, says Hagen. I can explain how to play knucklebones to the newbie.
All right. Here we go.
Actually, says Hagen, you see, the name of knucklebones is a wee bit of a misnomer. We just play with regular old dice nowadays. Whoever rolls the highest wins, says Hagen.
He hands you a die, and all of the dwarves place 15 gold on the table.
Ready, boys? 1, 2, 3, roll!
All of the dwarves roll their dice. You
Okay.
probably should too.
How many sides we talking with this die? He rolls a 5.
The clatter of heavy dwarven dice fills the tavern as all of the dwarves roll them.
I got a 4,
One says,
but look at my 5,
says another,
boys, I rolled a 6.
yells Hagen.
Okay,
You
it's
roll a
excited.
5.
You roll a 5. Not bad. Not
A
bad.
5?
It was free.
Maybe we've underestimated you. It was close, lad, but not quite enough.
Says Hagen. Hagen happily snatches up the gold he won.
Aye, that's what I'm talking about.
He exclaims. The other dwarves howl with laughter, clank their tankards together, and chug inadvisable amounts of ale.
We do not recommend it. Yeah, he wanted to play. They said that first round was on him.
Hey,
He's got to at
what'd you
least play
say?
one.
Hagen inquires.
Another round?
The other dwarves happily agree.
We're gonna give him a 6. We're gonna give him a
Play
6.
knucklebones with dwarves? Yes
if
or
he
no?
wants to. We're gonna get him some gold. Gonna put some of it in his pocket.
Ready, boys? 1, 2, 3, roll!
Give him a 6. He rolls a 6, baby.
The dwarves all roll their dice. The dwarven dice seem to be as loud as the dwarves themselves,
Look, we both got 5s.
says two of the dwarves.
I can't believe it. Another 6!
Shouts Hagen.
Hagen is fucking
You
cheap.
roll a 6,
Huh?
says Hagen.
I also got a 6 myself. What are we supposed to do for a tie again?
Oh, we're gonna make this interesting. Arm wrestling. That's how dwarves would do it.
Why, the same way dwarves resolve any dispute.
Says a fellow dwarf.
An arm wrestling match.
Arm wrestle with Hagen. Difficulty? Futile. Yes or no?
Oh, come on.
You soberly explain to Hagen that such physical contests are against your moral code. Hagen rolls his eyes.
Ah, you big baby. I bet you like us to have a nappy wetting contest instead. Come on, I'll even go easy on you.
Arm wrestle with Hagen. Difficulty? Futile. Yes or no?
Well, we said no, and so now he's got to. Oh, okay.
You again attempt to persuade Hagen that your refusal is one of asceticism and not one of cowardice.
Look, pal, I don't know what you're on about, but I'm telling you that if you refuse one more darn time, I'm keeping this gold for myself.
Arm wrestle with Hagen? Do it, you weenie. Yes or no?
Hey, but we threw Steve in here. Okay. All
You
right.
take a big gulp and lock hands with the meaty grip of terrifying Hagen.
Let's say he's as strong as they come. He's got the voice of a
To
champion.
the surprise of every dwarf at the table, you readily meet the terrifying force of Hagen's arm. Hagen's arm begins to waver as his beard starts filling with perspiration. A concerned dwarf pounds the table.
Hagen? What are you doing? Are you really losing to this wee one? Ha ha!
Hagen laughs comfortably.
Of course not! What do you take me for?
The battle you have been fiercely fighting has been but mere child's play. With a slight flex of his bicep, Hagen pins your arm and also somehow your leg to the table.
What?
He giggles at his own connivery.
How does that happen? What? How does that happen?
Amid the ensuing round of chest bumps between the dwarves,
Did he grab my
you
leg?
sulk
Did he
away from
lift
the
my
table
leg?
with the shambles of what remains of your masculinity in tow. Why, you think to yourself, why did I arm wrestle a dwarf?
Said no like 5 times. So we lost gold. Okay. He's looking for something to do. Probably. Well, let's say he's looking for a reminder of like
A
major
grumpy
quest.
barkeep polishes mugs behind the counter. Most of the noise in the tavern emanates from a table of boisterous dwarves.
He is pouring drinks.
The barkeep is pouring drinks.
Hey, pal, what are you
I
looking
don't
at?
think giving
he
Steve
says.
anyone
You hear
or
a
anything
roaring
attractive
laugh
is a
from
good
the
idea.
Dwarves in the corner. One of the dwarves throws a mug full of ale across the tavern, shouting,
Well, Hagen, I'll show you who's got a small beard.
You get the impression that you should leave them alone.
Oh, okay. It took longer for Steve to start committing
You
felonies.
locate your dagger and prepare to take on an entire group of heavily armed dwarves.
This has to end
Combat.
well for Steve. He's got to
Type
win the game.
Help combat for list of battle commands.
No, he's going to attack. Yeah, of course he is.
You
Who's the
slash
CP you
the
think it
dwarves
is?
with your dagger of mediocrity. You stab a dwarf in the gut, dealing a mediocre amount of damage.
Smash, bash, gash. They smash.
It's go time! Yells a drunken dwarf. The group of dwarves riotously hurl their mugs of ale at you, striking you in the face and shoulder.
Jesus. How are we
You
gonna help
dodge
Steve
more
live?
dwarf attacks and stab the thighs of another couple of dwarves.
Dash, cash, take out the trash. Cash.
One of the dwarves picks up a couple of gold coins and slings them at you.
Hey, that's a great idea!
Says
Is
another
it?
dwarf. The group begins tossing more coins at your head. You recall advice from your uncle about prison fights. You shank the dwarves repeatedly, shouting,
I ain't no snitch!
What? Okay, but they're dead. Thank God.
Your trusty dagger served you well, and all of those pesky dwarves are dead as can be. The tavern's other vulnerable patrons flee outside in fear.
Steve will forget how homicidal rage and get back to his quest. But if Steve starts looting,
Immediately after felling your enemies, your first instinct is to rummage through
Yeah.
each of their belongings. Despite the fact that
Steve's
you
a
are
classic
already
player of
personally
RPGs.
rather wealthy and that you are on an important quest, you figure that stealing a bit of loose change is a good use of your time right now.
we just said they were throwing coins at him. They're loaded. Yeah.
You take bottle of beard conditioner, an amount of gold.
Now you murder multiple people. It's obviously time to talk to the barkeep. How's the barkeep react? He's angry. So Steve will
You
probably
crawl
kill him
over
too.
the pile of dwarf corpses and saunter on up to the barkeep to initiate a casual chat about the recent weather.
Who the blazes do you think you are?
Yells the barkeep.
Look, business is tough enough without one of your types offing all my customers. Why don't you just sod off to some other tavern?
Tell barkeep he sucks, Hayes. Steve does not seem to like the barkeep.
Did you say something, barkeep? All I heard was blah, 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 blah.
You shout at the barkeep.
You suck eggs.
Oh, well. Oh, gee. Yep, well. Probably the weakest NPC in the game. Okay, here we go.
You once again
Not the
whip out your
rats,
dagger
but the
and prepare
barkeep?
to mightily shank the enfeebled barkeep. Combat. Type help combat for list of battle commands.
No, he's going to attack. Yeah, what are we talking about here?
You stab the old barkeep in the stomach, saying,
Take that, you old fiend.
Threaten a lawsuit. Yep, 100%.
I'll have you know, bud. My nephew is a lawyer.
says the barkeep.
Keep hitting me like that, and I'll sue you silly.
The barkeep deals you litigation type damage.
The worst kind of damage. Surprisingly effective.
You nobly slit the poor barkeep's throat. Satisfied, you wipe off his blood from your dagger of mediocrity.
Okay. I'll sue you, silly. Cut his throat.
The unarmed barkeep stood no chance against the divine stabbing of your dagger. He's super dead now. Congratulations.
Mazel tov. What happens now? The village guard is on their way. No, the tavern's just empty. We gotta get Steve out of the tavern.
becomes uncomfortably quiet as you realize there is nobody left except you and an assortment of disconnected body parts.
They're really just disconnected from their immortal souls. Looking ashamed. He's ashamed.
You
Should be
steal a
ashamed of
glance at a
himself.
mirror in this moment of moral apprehension.
What have I done?
You think to yourself,
I have absolutely no way of continuing my quest, and I shall soon be arrested.
Oh, God.
invalid command. Can I restart now?
He's gonna turn it off,
For
computer.
assistance.
He's gonna turn it off. Obviously, this command can't be literal. You can't enter combat with yourself. He's clearly just attacking his own self-worth. Okay. Admit he's made a huge mistake.
You attack yourself,
Boy, you really bungled this one, Wendell.
you say to yourself.
I really did a whoopsie when I murdered all those townsfolk.
I really did a squiggle bungle.
How does Steve's ego cope with this devastating blow? He vows to redeem himself and gets out of the damn
Nevertheless,
tavern.
I must press on.
You say,
To accomplish my noble quest, I shall set aside my vanity. Or at least some of it.
Off you pop. Can't forget to loot the barkeep. Yep, we gotta have it. He's got nothing on him. He's old.
hop on over the counter
And I think it's
focus
his
your
cousin
efforts
that's a
on
lawyer.
Turning out the pockets of the grisly remains of the old barkeep.
All right, what you find? A basement door key. Yeah, you know what? You find all that stuff on him.
You take basement door key, apron of barkeeping, an amount of gold.
No, it's not even locked.
You try to unlock the basement door with the basement door key and fail spectacularly because the door is perpetually unlocked. You head down the stairs.
I mean, now it's perpetually unlocked because
We're
the
back
person
at
that
the
was going to lock
basement.
it's dead.
All the rats are dead.
But there's the ornate cabinet. How should we entice Steve to examine the cabinet so we can finally find that secret passage? A mysterious glow!
You notice that a mysterious, luminescent aura begins to radiate through the cracks around the closed cabinet door.
It's mysterious, Steve. You should go get it, Steve. Hey! Necessity. Yeah, he's got
You open
to
up
get
the
there.
ornate cabinet to investigate the source of the aura. A wispy fog pours out from inside, and the hair stands up on the back of your neck.
Here we go, Steve. You're advancing the plot, baby. What's inside the cabinet? A mysterious book. And rat poison. No, you know what? Hot dogs. Because Steve would kill himself if we put rat poison in there.
Inside, you see old mysterious book, package of hot dogs.
Here we go. Absolutely. Yes, he can get a hot dog.
You slide all of the barkeep's hot dogs into your pocket. They seem pretty old, but you can't argue with free food. Plus, these wouldn't exist if they weren't important. What pivotal role will these hot dogs serve later in your quest?
I don't know. Is that a command?
However, another question takes
Oh, okay.
precedence in your mind. What is that strange tingling sensation you get while looking at the mysterious book? It's as if it is beckoning to you.
Also, wasn't there like a secret passage in the cabinet? And now the cabinet just is a cabinet? Just go to the secret passage. What secret passage? There's a book. Wait, what? What is it? We can do this? What does this mean?
As you start to shut the cabinet door, you notice that the mysterious book has a lurid depiction of a naked elvish woman on its spine. Your
You start to
interest in
type
this
boob.
mysterious book suddenly skyrockets.
As a true scholar of literature, I simply must add this book to my collection.
You decide.
No time to delay.
But to your disappointment, the book is glued shut and cannot be taken from the shelf. Instead, as you slide the book outward,
There we
you
go.
hear the creaks and pops of pulleys and winches moving into action. A false panel slides upward in the back of the cabinet, revealing a darkened secret passage.
Aha! Steve! We're ready to go now. Absolutely. Attaboy! Now we have an important decision. Where does Act 2 take place? In a cave. This leads to a cave. Why would it lead to a tomb? Why would the barkeep be above a tomb?
The cave.
Well, I
You've
mean,
just entered a
silly question.
darkened rocky cave underneath the tavern. Visibility is limited to only a few feet before you.
Mm-hmm.
You stumble your way forward for a long while, blindly scraping yourself against the narrow walls of the cave. You
Good
finally
explanation,
see some
good
light
explanation.
flickering around the corner. Upon reaching it, you see that a small chamber has been carved out of the rock. In the center, a brazier made of brass and stone houses a magical white flame that illuminates the small chamber. A collection of assorted items lie atop a stone table. On the far wall of the chamber is a doorway with a nearby sign that reads, Cavern of Tavern. This way to adventure.
Okay. It's brazier. It means brazier.
The brazier emits a low spectral hum, as if its magical white flame is sustained purely by magic. It provides a rather convenient source of light. You would take it with you if you were a champion weightlifter.
What items are on the table? Ooh, let's go with both of these. Yeah.
You find the following on the table.
Keep things interesting.
Torch unlit. Tattered note.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
You pick
Throw
up
that
the
in your
torch.
inventory.
It is still unlit.
Good job, Steve. He's learning. He's learning things. Use it on fire to see in the dark. What the fuck? The CPU is
You
just
light
as
the
dumb as
torch
Steve
aflame
is.
And raise it. Darkness now cowers before you.
Good doorway.
You
Yeah.
head through the doorway into the next passage of the cave.
Probably should have read that note, Steve, but that's okay. Cave splits into two directions.
You continue down the cavern until you reach a geometric dilemma, a fork in the cave, branching into two other passages.
Oh
You
my
can
god.
either go right.
This really
or
is a
left.
geometric dilemma. I think he's supposed to go right. How do we get him to do that? Well, the left passage is blocked off.
The passage on the left has been boarded up.
Yeah, so we can't get there. Done. No. Boards cannot be removed.
You grab the boards blockading the left passage. You try and pry, but only cry. These boards cannot be removed.
An underground waterfall. Absolutely. Beauty!
You begin to hear the deepened sound of rushing water as you walk down the cave. Eventually, you find the source of the sound as you enter a tall chamber.
That's too easy a solution. Going like
a
left or
towering
right.
underground waterfall
Doesn't-
cascades down the far side of the
Doesn't
chamber.
feel good.
The waterfall has covered the chamber floor with a pool of water, which drains into small cracks between the rocks.
What else is in the chamber? A diamond!
A brilliant diamond sits upon a pedestal in the center of the chamber.
Ooh, obvious trap, Steve. Okay, we figured we're gonna keep it interesting. Gotta keep it interesting. Well, let's just go with good initiative. Hold on. Let's see.
As a seasoned adventurer, you are well aware that diamonds are often left unattended on pedestals in dark underground passages. So, clearly, this diamond serves no other purpose beyond inventory fodder. You take the diamond and add it to your inventory. A large, booming voice echoes throughout the chamber.
You may keep the diamond,
says the voice.
but only if you are deemed
Okay.
worthy of it. The diamond is awarded to the one who can pass my formidable challenge. Come, challenger, step onto the platform of challenging.
A small circular stone platform rises just above the water in the center of the chamber.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna go
The
to the
thunderous
platform.
waterfall splits in two at the top, revealing an enormous stone sculpture of a head behind it. Remarkably, the stone face opens his eyes, then the rest of the face begins to animate as he speaks to you.
Oh,
Now, challenger, you may address me as Karumbo, the Underseer.
okay. That's a self-appointed title for sure. Oh my god. It's fucking stupid. Just do it.
The giant stone face penetrates your soul
Why?
with a striking stare.
I'm getting more pissed at the
Karumbo
CPU than I am
the
Steve.
Underseer, will now select a challenge befitting your situation.
There we go. Okay. What kind of challenge does Steve need to complete? Let's go with a challenge of wits just to see where this goes, but I'm willing to bet it's gonna make the CPU
You
mad.
must contend in a challenge of wits.
Says Karumbo the Underseer. Accept challenge from Karumbo the Underseer. Challenge of wits. Yes or no?
Yeah, here we go. How will Steve and Karumbo the Underseer battle in wits? Let's go with a tricky riddle.
The challenge will commence now.
States Karumbo the Underseer.
Answer me this perplexing riddle.
Okay. Can do. How is a... Oh, I mean, come on. How's a raven like a writing desk? Come on. You can't put that in front of me and expect me not to pick it.
How is a raven like a writing desk?
Something about it not being proper, but it is also never put the right way, or something like that. How much time does Steve have to answer? He's got 60 seconds.
Karumbo the Underseer furrows his stony brow.
You have 60 seconds to produce your answer.
It's been a while since I've read the answer to this riddle. I don't know.
You deliberate for a long while before coming to a brilliant epiphany. I dunno! You shout with supreme confidence.
Supreme confidence! Did Steve answer correctly? I mean... You know, it's a riddle that doesn't have an answer. That was kind of the point, but I will say no, he didn't. I will say he didn't.
You fool!
Make it
Hooves
interesting.
Karumbo the Underseer.
Your answer is as pitiful as your own mortal state. I have never heard an answer so hilariously far from accuracy. You have undeniably failed my challenge. I shall now banish you into the darkest depths of this cave.
Says Karumbo the Underseer.
Why is the D red? What's up with that random red letter? Why is that?
The
why is
floor
that a thing?
beneath you collapses suddenly. You attempt to hold on, but the rushing water overpowers you and pulls you down into the sinkhole.
A room full of bones. Because that's where the other people
You
went.
tumble downwards into a chamber below. Holding your torch, you find yourself in a chamber full of bones.
In a pit full of bones.
This must be the final resting place for hundreds of ill-fated adventurers. Large piles of bones blanket the floor like unholy stalagmites. The stench of death invades your nostrils. In the back of the chamber, you do, however, see an ornate chest.
Surely that's not a trap.
To the right, the cave continues out of the chamber.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, he's gonna look at the chest, but it's gonna be a chest. Oh! A meat chest! A chest made of meat! You know, like they are.
The chest is magically forged of living tissue and organs,
Oh.
oozing gelatinous blood from its lid. Its handle is intricately carved of teeth and cartilage. As you approach the chest, you are startled by a clanky rattle behind you. An animated
That's
skeleton
startling?
rouses out of a nearby bone pile.
And not the meat chest made of meat? What's the skeleton's mood? He's fucking tired. Ah,
The
shit, dude.
skeleton looks at you with tired eyes.
Come on, man.
He says,
Seriously? You see a chest with a bunch of bones around it and you're just like, oh, gotta have that. So, yeah, look, dude, just think about it for a hot second. Do you really think you're superior to all the other dead guys in here? That you're like the chosen one? I doubt it.
He's gonna talk to the skeleton. Okay. Okay. What about his undead origins? How'd you die?
you ask the skeleton how he became so skeletal.
We gotta move on from the meat chest, apparently. Especially because, like, that's such a weird choice, and it doesn't matter at all. Like, we've just moved on from this chest of meat. He's a cursed adventurer.
Get this!
says the skeleton.
Get this.
One day, just minding my own business, spelunking this cool cave. Find this treasure chest, open her up, then wham! Instant skeleton for all eternity. I'm cursed. Isn't that a raw deal? So, yeah, now I spend my days making sure you other bozos avoid the same fate. Not that my altruistic actions are appreciated by anybody. Long story short, though,
He says.
you're not getting anywhere near that chest if I have anything to say about it.
The skeleton puts his hand to a scimitar loosely holstered around his pelvic bone.
Why would that? Why does that matter?
You prepare to do battle with the
The
skeleton.
skeleton literally does not want you to open the chest so that you are immoral
Type help combat.
and a skeleton
list
for
of
all
battle
eternity.
commands.
What is happening here?
You whip out your trusty dagger of mediocrity and take the skeleton to Stabsville, USA.
What is this writing? It backs away.
The skeleton backs away slowly.
Don't come any closer. I'm warning you.
He says. As you approach him, you set off a tripwire. A rope snatches you by your ankle and dangles you above the floor.
I warned you.
This
The
game
skeleton
constantly trying to,
repeatedly
like,
hacks at your defenseless body.
undermine any choice that I make. You take what the what?
The skeleton lands a fatal blow, rendering your life and quest finished.
Great,
Says the skeleton.
where am I going to put this one? So many bones.
What? Okay.
You are dead. A protective skeleton neutralized you.
To start that encounter, otherwise it's okay. Way to go, idiot.
Way to go, idiot. Restart encounter.
It's not even his
Yes
fault.
or no?
Like, that's my fault, because I was like, back away. He's not gonna do anything, and instant kills him?
You prepare to do battle with the skeleton. Combat. Type
Alright, I'm
help-
so curious. Let's just go. That nearly killed him. Let's go for 1 and see what that does. Just 7 damage.
You find it rather difficult to slice an enemy that doesn't have skin. You try sawing at the skeleton's bones with your dagger.
Okay, another scimitar attack.
The skeleton readies himself and attacks you with his scimitar.
Can't you just let this poor skeleton do his job?
What job? You just said your job was to stop people from dying and you're trying to kill me!
You give
What
up
is
on
this
the dagger's
game?
pointy end and instead start bashing the skeleton with the handle.
Do more damage. Good lord!
The skeleton again raises his scimitar and again slashes you with it.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. 9 health. Any attacks. Skeleton's defeated, thank God.
Clattering, then silence, as the skeleton collapses into an unremarkable pile of bones as you land the finishing blow.
I don't think I like this nearly as much as I thought I would. I mean, Steve can open the chest.
Your path to the chest is now completely
The meat chest that
unimpeded.
we said is, in fact, cursed. So he's just gonna
You
die.
approach the chest, eyes aghast at its hideous, fleshy appearance. You suppress your gag reflex before laying hand on its bloody cartilage handle. Are you sure you want to open the chest? Yes or no?
Yeah, the chest is super cursed because the skeleton said it was.
As you open the chest, a swirling black fog violently surges out. You back away in panic as the fog spirals and strengthens until it surrounds you entirely. As you grow weaker, the fog funnels into your mouth and nose.
Excuse me for a second. I have to just blow my nose real quick. Oh boy. I like one. I like one because that is probably gonna force the
You come
VA
back to
to
your
just do a lot of
senses to
yelling.
find the chest has now disappeared, leaving you alone with the bones. You feel an unusual constriction within your chest. You attempt to speak, but find that the only way you are able to talk
Is by shouting at the very top of your voice.
This could prove to be a nuisance at parties. For now, you must go on, even with this woeful curse. You make a mental note not to open chests that seem woefully cursed in the future. The unexplored passage to the right beckons.
Okay. Only one more room to go. Sounds good to me.
You walk into a massive chamber. Slender stone columns along the side support an arched ceiling many stories above you, intricately painted with strange emblems. A glowing fountain in the center illuminates the entire chamber. A red and purple carpet runs directly to a large wooden door on the far wall. The door is engraved with symbols similar to the intricate ones on the ceiling.
Why is Steve's drinking from it? It's... I don't know. Why does it matter why he's thirsty? Or it's glowing, so it looks magical? I don't know, man.
You take a drink from the glowing fountain. Your body rejuvenates, and you feel much younger. No, wait. That's just what drinking normal water feels like.
Agreed. Look, door! Okay, cool.
You take a closer look at the unusual and mysterious door. Its engravings are in a language you do not recognize. It does not appear to be
So we said there's one
locked.
more room to go, put a fountain in there, and we're done? And that was it? Open the door.
You open up the door. You are immediately blinded by the intense light behind it. As your eyes adjust, you see multicolored clouds swirling inside. The door contains some sort of magical portal. Go inside the magic portal? Yes or no? As you step through the portal, you feel yourself grow weightless as you begin drifting through the prismatic abyss. A strange acceleration acting on your heart tugs the rest of your body with it, pulling you away faster and faster. You lose track of time and
We're
space
tripping out.
as reality is substituted by this kaleidoscopic dream.
We're tripping balls,
Minutes
baby.
pass. Hours, maybe? You can't be sure. You simply drift and drift and drift away until you awaken.
Neat.
Act 3. Fantasy Mountain. You are lying in a bed in some sort of very warm room. As your vision clears, you start to make out your surroundings. The orange light of sunset streams in through arch-framed windows. The stone ceiling is adorned with red paint. This place has way too many candles. A robed figure approaches you. Don't worry.
There's too many candles in here.
Traveling through
Shake
the
my finger, there's
portal
too many.
is tough on everybody, says the robed figure.
With a real bad figure. She introduces herself.
The robed figure pulls back her hood to reveal her gentle, well-aged face. Welcome, child, to the monastery of Ella. My name is Mary. I am the warden of spirits.
All right, now how does this
and I
game
look after this monastery.
and
Feel
Steve
free to stay and
handle the
worship with
concept
me.
of woman?
But it's all right if you are just passing through on your way to Fantasy Mountain like the other travelers. She winces as you shout your thanks at her. Oh, mercy, child. Has the portal rendered you
I
deaf?
like that. I do like that.
You explain to her at the top of your voice that your shouting is the result of a curse.
All right, Backyard.
What a woeful curse, she says. Come, child, I can remedy this. She puts her hands on your chest and recites an incantation. The black fog seeps out of your ears, and the curse is lifted.
Oh, I only okay.
It's no trouble at all. Make yourself at home. All are welcome at the monastery of Ella.
Well, that curse barely lasted anything at all.
You arise from the bed and look around the room. A window shows that the monastery is built at the foot of an enormous mountain, its craggy peaks climbing into the clouds. A precarious stone tower ornaments its tallest peak. The monastery has all the necessities in its one single room. A couple of beds, an incense table, a shelf stocked with herbs, and a shrine. And, seriously, a ton of candles.
Okay. What? Steve only has 28 gold. I was thinking we would have been able to give him some more back in the second act, but I guess not. Wait, what does that mean? Monastery is a place to stock up before the end game. Should we give Steve some gold here? Yeah, why not? Just on the shelf.
Your eyes light up as you notice the glimmer of gold glinting from a jar on the shelf.
Clearly, this gold was meant for me.
You say to yourself.
If it wasn't meant for me, then why did I explicitly notice it? It's a cosmic fate kind of thing. Shiny and valuable objects are magnetically drawn to my possession.
You walk on over to the shelf and conspicuously empty the gold into your pockets.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this writing half the time. How much gold does he steal? 75.
You add 75 gold to your inventory. The Warden of Spirits looks at you, hesitantly saying, "Most adventurers will donate some gold as a token of appreciation. Although the Monastery of Ella certainly doesn't frown upon almsgiving, if you require it."
Supposed to help Steve out with a potion at this point. Gonna use all the help he can get. Yeah.
If you are here to climb Fantasy Mountain, I can perhaps prepare a potion to aid you in your journey, she says with a smile. Alchemy happens to be a part of my duties as Warden of Spirits.
Guy Potion.
You remark that you are an avid proponent for collecting unsolicited junk from strangers.
Of course, child. I'll brew a special potion just for you,
Says the Warden of Spirits, walking over to the shelf.
Okay.
She grabs an assortment of herbs from the shelf, grinds them with a pestle, and mixes them into a small bottle. She
I've always
hands
said
you
it
the
pestle.
resulting potion. You take a
But that
whiff
makes
of the
sense, it's a pestle.
concoction, finding it to have a sweet, earthy smell. You ask her about the potion's effects.
Oh man, let's go with invisibility.
This is a potion of invisibility,
Says the Warden of Spirits.
Drink it before facing a formidable enemy, and you will fight with the advantage of unrivaled stealth.
You add the potion of invisibility to your inventory.
Here we go. We also gave Steve in that second chapter a note, and like,
Sufficiently
that doesn't
rested,
matter?
You decide to re-embark on your grand adventure. The Warden of Spirits calls out to you as you head out of the monastery's exit.
Careful, child.
Says Mary.
Be wary of the dragon.
Yeah, we gotta kill the dragon.
You are outside of the
Or, I don't
monastery
know,
at the foot of the daunting
Defeat the
Fantasy
dragon,
Mountain.
or file
Sitting atop
litigation
the
against him or
mountain,
something.
The Tower of Thraldom cleaves into the clouds. The mountain looks impossible to climb without climbing gear.
Did we ever give Steve the climbing gear? No.
You do not have climbing gear in your inventory. You are carrying Dagger of Mediocrity. Note from Father.
Yep, all the stuff. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
An amount of gold.
Yeah, got the note from Father. So we gave him there was really a note. There was a note, and it's not here. What?
A monocled man with a
Along
cane
with the torch.
approaches
There was
you
a
with
torch and a
wide
note. We
smile.
put the note there, and it doesn't
Hey
matter.
there! I'm Don, the acclaimed adventuring entrepreneur from over yonder, helping adventurers reach the success they need.
Says the monocled man.
I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now, and I wanted to see if you were looking for any adventurance support.
Utilize Don's adventuring support service? Yes or no?
I'm excited to be working with you, says Don. Don't worry, I know the importance of delivering results with top quality service. I understand that you're looking to climb Fantasy Mountain and rescue a princess from the Tower of Thraldom. Is that correct?
Is this your quest?
I
Yes
mean,
or no?
Yeah, that's right, but... Oh, come on, man.
I have over a decade of experience helping adventurers save princesses, and I would love to assist you, says Don. There are a variety of services that I can offer to help you reach the top of Fantasy Mountain. Which would you like to get? Here's a brief overview of services. Rope, ladder, elevator, train, or cable car.
The cable... What? So I'm immediately... This is so weird. This is so fucking weird. This game is so weirdly done. And I'm starting to understand why I don't like it. Because, I mean, number one, the writing style is exactly like, wait, did we give him climbing gear? No. And then it's, oh, use climbing gear. For the game to be like, you don't have any climbing gear. For then the game to be like, I thought we gave him climbing gear. Like, no, there's never been any climbing gear. Like, oh, well, now he needs climbing gear. And then here's a guy, he sells him climbing gear. And it's like, the game is perpetually trying to threaten you with the idea of like, if this is too hard or too difficult, you will fail. But the game is also constantly trying to tell you that Steve is an idiot. But the game is also trying to consistently say, like, hey, just do the thing. The whole point of the game is to have him live. But the game is also trying to say at the same time, having him kind of fail should be a little funny, but it's not really that funny. And everything takes so damn long to restart and try again anyways. And the writing isn't that good because it's constantly like the tongue-in-cheek, like the whole, he was supposed to have climbing gear and he's going to try to use it. Or like, oh, there's a chest made of meat. Here's an enemy that says, don't open it. He's going to open it. Like, yeah, after a while, it... Because the CPU character, too, also just kind of sucks. Because at a certain point, it's like, oh, wait, there was this thing that was supposed to happen. It happens. And you're like, okay. Or like, here's a choice. Do you want to add this choice? Yeah, choice doesn't fucking matter. It's like, well, okay. Like, he's got all this stuff in his inventory, but none of it seems to matter because none of the choices are asking, like, do they have these things? And I understand that some of the choices that I make affect other choices that could be made, but because this game is just so, oh, by the way, we'll throw it in anyways, I have no idea if any of it is like I could select a rope, which he'll use, and it might be like, oh, you tie the apron of bartending onto it and make another piece of rope and it helps you get to the top. Or it might not. It might not do anything. Because the game is so weird about whatever it's trying to do. It's trying desperately to be very tongue-in-cheek, but at the same time be a game that's trying to challenge expectations. Which means that if it's constantly challenging your expectations and it's only giving you like one-word answers like this, or like small choices to make, you never really know if you're making any good choice or not. Go with Cable Car. He's got enough gold now.
For your situation, I would personally recommend our most popular service, the Cable Car, at a modest price of just 30.
So he's going to get to the top of the mountain.
You elect for the Cable Car and give 30 gold to Don.
The Cable Car starts right over there,
Says Don.
I can answer any questions you have. I don't just want to get your business, I want to keep it. Many of my adventurer clients that are looking to save a princess also purchase a gift to offer her as a memento of her rescue,
Says Don.
What I would like to do is offer you a limited time discount for this service bundle. Would you like to purchase a gift for only an additional 50 gold?
Buy gift for princess costs 50 gold. Yes or no?
Yeah, like, yes. Oh, we don't have gold.
You deliberate.
I was planning on bequeathing upon the princess this diamond I found just minutes ago. But perhaps I'm better off just burying it somewhere and forgetting about whatever intended use it had. So, yes, I will buy a gift from you, as whatever you have in your pockets will clearly befit a princess more than this diamond.
This game is stupider than Steve is. What? What the fuck? What? This is stupid. This is stupid as hell. There's so many different ways to do that because we've run out of gold. So Dog could be like, oh, you tried to swindle me. Then we could fight again and the fight could be silly and stupid. Or be like, oh, I'll tell you what, we'll play Knuckle Bones or something like that. Or reference something else. Instead, the game just says, oh, we're going to make the character stupid. Because Steve said, yes, I'll buy a gift, despite the fact having a diamond. And the game says, well, because Steve just made a choice, we're going to make Steve stupid. Half-eaten bologna sandwich.
You hand an additional 50 gold
This is
to
stupid.
Don.
Now we're making
You
Steve
receive
stupid.
a gift to give to the
Now we're
princess.
making him dumb.
A half-eaten bologna sandwich. You ask Don if he had eaten the other half of the sandwich himself, and he just moves his hand across his mouth in a zipping motion and winks at you.
What does that mean?
You board the cable car. You gaze downwards at the arduous trail up the mountain as you sit comfortably suspended above it, zooming to the top. You almost feel empathy for the poor peasants that had to lug steel beams up the mountain to build this cableway for you. But the feeling soon fades like an unrealized sneeze. You arrive at the top of Fantasy Mountain without mishap. You can see the quaint valley thousands of feet below you, stretching out to the horizon. The Tower of Thraldom looms over you. Its base is made of a huge monolithic castle shaped like a cube. A pair of foreboding stone doors leading into the tower's base lies up a short road ahead.
This is so bad. This is so fucking stupid.
You walk through the doors into the base of the Tower of Thraldom. No windows illuminate this massive hall. Arched columns are spread throughout
The game
room
is
like a
constantly
squadron
trying to
of
sell you.
soldiers
Even the
staring down
designer
at
is
you.
constantly trying to sell you on the idea of
Bloodstains
like,
speckle the floors.
no matter what you do,
Chills run down your
no matter
spine
how
as
you help,
realize the
no matter
stairs
what you
are
try,
guarded by a dragon.
Steve is going to do whatever he's going to do, and whatever he's going to do is going to lose the game. And so you've really got to help him along. And instead, it's like, yeah, you give him a bunch of gold, he does whatever he wants. Yeah, he finds a diamond, totally fine. Oh, he finds a cursed chest, curses nothing. Oh, he finds a dude, kills him immediately. What is the dragon doing? It is sleeping.
You take a deeper look at the dragon across the hall. The red-scaled monstrosity is sound asleep. While his guttural snoozing strikes fear into your heart, you realize this is an opportunity to possibly sneak by.
Oh, possibly with a big ol' potion that I have? What?
You pop the cork off the potion of invisibility and chug its contents. Immediately, your body fades out of sight. You feel
Why?
like not even the gods themselves could see you now.
What? Okay. I'll be sent back to the beginning. Yeah, who designed this stupid fucking game? Clearly wanted the player to prove himself.
You sneak up to the dragon. You pull out your dagger of mediocrity, hoping that mediocre is enough to vanquish this creature of legend.
Oh my god, this game
Combat.
is so fucking dumb.
Type Help Combat for list of battle commands. You valiantly shank the dragon while he can't see you.
Oh my god. Is it just... Okay, we're gonna... speed this the fuck up. You've got to be kidding me.
Reveal yourself, Cap.
You've got to
The
be
dragons.
kidding me.
The dragon scratches his scaly head with his giant claws.
Must be my imagination.
He says. He goes back to sleep.
The foolish dragon has let his guard down.
You say.
Now is my chance.
You attack him again.
Oh my god. Is this really... Yeah, how long is this going to take?
The dragon is no longer reacting to anything you do. You are able to continue attacking him, but it may take a while.
I mean, he's going to keep attacking him. That's the joke.
You attack the dragon over and over and over and over and over, grinding away at his copious pool of health until it finally runs out.
Okay.
After your fierce and courageous battle with the devilish dragon, he lies lifeless before you. The stairs leading up to the tower are now accessible.
Just a tad overpowered. Yeah, what the fuck? What? That wasn't even a choice that I
Your
made.
potion of invisibility wears off.
Oh my god, this game fucking sucks. Cut off head of Dargon. Ugh, it's a Dargon. It's the tower's well-meaning janitor. What? No, oh my god.
Invalid command.
I have never.
Cut off head of Dargon. Type help
I have never
for
in my life
assistance.
seen a game like this. Pad for time.
You cut off the dragon's head.
Yup, this dragon is definitively dead.
You say,
Now I can resume my quest and climb those stairs and rescue the princess at long
Oh
last.
my fucking god.
you ascend the stairs of the Tower of Thraldom.
The stairs made of. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not gonna matter.
The stairs are built of the finest polished marble. You whistle along to the Vivaldi piece playing over speakers. As you climb higher and higher, you stop for a quick drink at a drinking fountain. You can't
What?
wait to meet the princess.
Okay. How's her protagonist feeling? Invigorated. Does it matter at this point?
Every step you leap up fills you with another dollop of energy.
All in all, this perilous journey has been relatively perilous.
You say. You commend yourself on your wit. The stairs end at a solid wooden door. Finally, you have arrived at the very top of the Tower of Thraldom. Your heart pounds in your chest, and your hands break out in cold sweat. Just one simple door separates you from the captive princess.
It's actually going to win a game for once. Yes, because this was the easiest fucking thing on the planet. It's like the game designer forgot the point of their game. Color that's the princess's hair. Let's go with silver, because that's real cool. Oh my fucking god.
Your anticipation nearly solidifies as the door finally
Ugh.
opens. You finally get a long-awaited glimpse at the princess.
Even the game is like... Yeah, my hero. Yeah, that's what she says.
Oh, hello, says the princess. She wears a red-coloured blouse with a dark grey vest. She holds a pen pointed upwards, her other hand resting in her apron around her waist. Her freckled face is framed by frizzled hair,
What?
jet black with several strands dyed pink.
What? It wasn't me.
You
What?
must be an adventurer, I presume, she says. Don't worry, you've come to the right place. Will it just be yourself this evening?
What?
Are you alone?
The
Yes or no?
fuck? What is
You
happening?
stand still, confused.
I've come to rescue you?
You stammer out.
They told me there was a princess in this tower. That's you, right?
Yep, that's me. The princess pulls out a notebook and scribbles in it. I have you down as a party of one. Welcome to my humble tavern. Did you want a table or a place at the bar? Which do you
What?
prefer? Table or bar?
What is happening? Entangled with the tavern from earlier? So, what? What? Why? What? Okay.
Help!
You say aloud.
Help! I'm here to help you.
Respawn the princess. Sure.
You look confused, she says. Oh, you probably have me in your head as some elegant maiden with shimmering silver hair just waiting for your rescue.
I don't know why she isn't doing the. Are we now
Sorry if
getting?
that came off of some sort of gotcha moment. I'm happy you're here.
Is this some kind of like
Anyway, the days up here can get
feminist
kind of
take?
samey, as you might imagine. But I've always dreamed of running my own tavern when I get out of here, and one day I figured, why not just do it now, here, you know? The princess explains.
Okay.
I call it the Drunken Unicorn. Come on, follow me, I'll give you a tour.
What the fuck is this game? What is happening? Yeah, package of hot dogs. Sure.
Dear princess, I have brought you a gift, you say. You pull out the
At
hot
least they
dogs
did
you
come from the
found in
tavern.
tavern earlier and bequeath them to her.
The princess looks at the hot dogs you have in your hands. She furrows her brow in confusion. Did you just complete your big epic journey with hot dogs in your pocket the entire time? She says. I'm not gonna lie, that's hilarious.
Is it?
Extra points for style.
Is it hilarious?
You know, it's actually so kind and thoughtful of you to bring me a gift. I really appreciate it, she says. So, ready to follow me and see my tavern?
I don't fucking know. So just break anything while I'm gone? Okay. The fuck does that mean? What is happening?
The princess leads you into the room. Her living quarters are elaborately decorated like a cozy tavern. Stuffed animals are meticulously posed at tables, as if to be conversing with each other over a pint of ale. The Drunken Unicorn has a lot of colourful regulars, she says. She starts pointing at different stuffed animals. This one is Marvin.
So
Over there
confused.
is Jessica, she's a sorceress. At that table is Gabriella with her friend Maybelle. In the corner is Stanley. He doesn't talk much. She points out a friendly-looking stuffed crocodile wearing a cowboy hat sitting at the bar. This is one of our most loyal patrons, she says. He's called Keith. Can I top off your drink, Keith? She fills up Keith's mug. There you go, Keith, she says before turning back to you. He always gets the Tanning Brew Ale. It's his favourite. Why don't you say hello to Keith? He's a very nice crocodile, I assure you.
Okay, so
You
now Steve
pick
is
up
just
the
doing
toy crocodile
the
and
everything
hesitantly say,
expected.
Hello, Keith? You give the princess
Because
an
the
awkward
game's all
glance.
weird and wonky, but it's supposed
To
to
your
be.
surprise, the stuffed animal turns its head to you and says,
Hello, mister. Mighty pleasant meeting you. I'd like to return to my seat if you'd be so kind. This Tanning Brew Ale is my favorite, and I cannot wait to imbibe it.
We're in big trouble. It's very strange. It seems like the princess is operating without any logic or predefined behavior. It's like she's alive somehow. What does that mean? It's getting weird. Hold on. I'm gonna... Okay, what is that? Being controlled by me or by you, the princess is controlling herself. Obviously, this is very bad. I'm not sure what we can do about it. Okay, well, what
He set
does
Keith
that
back
mean?
down in his chair, giving him an adorable pat on the nose. The princess excitedly says, The Drunken Unicorn is proud to serve over 30 different kinds of ale. We have at least one brew from every realm in the kingdom. Would you like a mug of ale? First one's on the house, says the princess. Try a mug of ale. It's free. Yes or no?
Yes, no prompts are answered with a yes or no. How hard is that? Throw an error.
Invalid command? Sure, why not? Type help for...
Stop.
Sure, why not?
You tell the princess. She understands your answer just fine.
A drink sounds wonderful after climbing all those stairs.
She wants to inform Steve of his improper syntax. Okay, does that Does that matter? Why does that
She
matter?
turns her head back and calls out, Lenny! 1 pint of ale! Newcomer special! You hear a squawk from the bar. A blue feathered parrot flutters in.
This
hefty
is
a pint of ale
this
with
is
his
a
claws.
long
The
lead
princess hands you the
for
ale as the parrot lands on her
this
shoulder.
kind of revelation.
This is Lenny.
This
my
is
pet
literally
parrot, says the
taking
princess.
forever. Like
Took
we
me
get it.
ages to
This
train
is
him to
weird
serve
and not
drinks.
supposed to be happening.
Anyway, this is our signature brew. Drink the ale when you're ready for your mind to be blown.
Complete with her own character as a side quest. She's even got to make herself a pet parrot. Yes, we just read that. Why do we need to be told that again? Princess needs to understand that we are still in control of the story. So what does our protagonist think of her ale? Good. Yeah, we're in control. It's bad or really bad. Yeah, we're in control, but not really. This game is trying desperately to be some kind of meta-narrative about game mastering and games like this and choices and shit, and it's just fucking failing as an experience. And I know why. I know why. This has been compared to like the Stanley Parable and all that. The Stanley Parable was a take on video games and video game choices that respected the choices that you made and would, in some cases, limit you, but it would be tongue-in-cheek in everything that it was doing. And the narrator was a character with you, like the CPU is here, that would he had a character and had like some understanding of like what was going on. But also that shit was done very quickly because it was just voice acted. So you could get through the Stanley Parable as fast as you got through the Stanley Parable. You know what I mean? This is literally make a choice. Here's 20, like here, we made a choice to go see the princess. And now this princess is a rogue AI in this video game. And it's like, that's an interesting idea. That's neat. But it's gone on for 10 minutes that she is this rogue AI. And like, we get it. We get that she's a rogue AI. We understand that. And then the game is trying to be tongue-in-cheek to be like, she needs to understand that we're still in control of the story, and then gives us, the player, no control in the story. And that's supposed to be tongue-in-cheek. But it's just not, because it's taken so long a lead to get to this point, to get to this payoff, that's not even related to what is happening now. It doesn't. This feels awful.
You drink the ale. You sputter and cough up a bird feather that had fallen
Because I don't know what
into
I'm
the
waiting
drink.
for.
You hand the drink back to the princess in disgust.
The princess picks the feather out of the beverage. Lenny, what have you done to this poor man? It must be molting season, she says. Oh well, beggars, choosers, etc. She chugs the ale down herself. Her parrot nibbles on her ear and squawks,
What are we?
Popcorn?
What are we doing
The
right
princess
now?
grabs a kernel of unsalted popcorn from her pocket and feeds it to Lenny, who cheerfully shreds into it with his beak.
We get it. She's not supposed to be doing
Anyway,
this stuff.
I
This is
haven't
weird.
finished my tour.
Oh my
favorite part of
fucking
the tavern
god.
is over here, she says. Would you like to see it?
It
Continue tour.
Doesn't
Yes
matter
or no?
because we're just along for the ride as a player. Encourages her to leave the tower.
Okay, you begin. As much as I'm enjoying this tour,
Just one last room, I promise, says the princess.
Okay, continue. Yeah, she can't keep doing this,
She
but she's
leads
doing
you to a
it.
cozy sitting area in a nook. A crackling fire blazes in a fireplace. The walls are lined with neatly organized bookshelves. She picks up a few books lying on a chair and files them away. I'm not sure why, but I really love books. I know they're just words on a page, but I
What?
think there's a kind of beauty from a medium that's so restrictive, she says. It's like putting constraints on a story makes it more poignant, you know?
No. Is that
That's
the
the end of
point
the
you're
tour, I
trying to
suppose,
lead us to?
says the princess.
Game dev?
So, what do you think? Do you like it?
No. God,
Do you like the drunken unicorn? Yes or no?
Matt's getting fucking upset. No. The medium is not restrictive. The medium of writing is not restrictive because it's writing. That's the medium of the art form that it's in. It's like saying art is restrictive because it's just colors on canvas, and that sounds really stupid, doesn't it? Or music is really restrictive because it's just doot-doots in your ear, and that sounds dumb. No. Putting constraints on a story makes it more poignant? No, putting constraints on a story does not make it more poignant just on dint of the fact that you've put constraints on the story. Putting constraints on a story allows you to tell a concise and cohesive story, and putting constraints on it allows for creativity to flourish. In a game like this, if you're putting constraints on the story, it's usually because you want the user to focus in on what you're doing, and you want them to make educated decisions because you want this to be an interactive piece of fiction, but you don't want them to feel like they're blindly being led along, which is what we're currently fucking doing. And by just providing 2 or 3 examples of a thing that happens and then just taking the story somewhere else, you are wresting control away from the actual reader or player in this case. And that doesn't make it more poignant because you're not making a point because it's poignant because you think it's just so restrictive because you can't be bothered to hire a fucking artist to make this a 3D game. I had a cup of coffee today. I got upset. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everybody is entitled to like or not like whatever kind of art that they do or do not like. But just because you do a thing because you think it is creative does in fact not mean it automatically is creative. So no, putting constraints on a story does not automatically make it more poignant. It means that the poignancy of that story has to come through in the writing of the story and the interaction that you have with the audience. And the medium of writing is not restrictive just because it's words on a page. Those words elicit feeling, emotion, thought, reactions that stir something up in us. Literally, words on a page can have a biological reaction in the human body, very much like art can, very much like music can. It's not restrictive just because you go doot doot, it's ink on a page. Okay? Okay to game dev? You cool with that? Are we cool? Are we okay? Do you understand? Oh, fuck this guy. Okay, whatever.
You tell the princess that while you do like the tavern,
I got so
it
tilted.
seems like she put more thought and consideration into the drunken unicorn than necessary.
Real tavern owners would never bother this much, you say.
And I know because I've
princess
murdered all of the
contemplates
ones
your
I've run
answer.
into.
Am I talking too much? Asks the princess. I'm sorry if I'm jabbering on a bit. I'm just a little excited to have a new person to talk to.
Brought to you by the
Feel free to talk more
George
yourself.
R.R. Martin
Honestly,
School
I'm
of We Have
actually
to Make it
growing tired
realistic.
of only asking yes or no questions, says the princess. So, tell me, adventurer, what is your real name? I mean, outside of all this adventuring business, in your normal life, what do people really call you?
He's gonna say Steve. Yeah. Things are so broken I don't even know if she's talking to the game's protagonist named Wendell or if she realizes she's actually talking to Steve himself. What should we say is his real name? Wendell. Let's call it a syntax error.
My name is Steve.
Of course, we don't
You
have
say
any
the
choice in
princess,
this matter. We're
and
just
then laugh
along
really
for the
hard at
ride.
your
And we're going to be here for the
obvious
next
joke.
That was
Fucking-
obviously a joke.
20 minutes.
You say,
My real name is Wendell.
I think Steve sounds better. You seem more like a Steve anyway, says the princess. So, tell me about your journey. What was the most exciting part? Please, speak freely.
he having a stroke? Well, throw an error. Oh no, throw an error out. But it's gonna get stopped.
In a tavern? An old classic, says the princess. What happened next?
We're gonna be here for 20 minutes and gonna be unable to do anything. As the CPU just goes, I'm a computer! Why the computer was happy with computers? And that's his only character.
Really? A skeleton? Frightening, says the princess. What happened after that?
I got a cable car.
Oh, the dragon downstairs. I hope he didn't give you too much trouble, says the princess. Well, now you've come
It wouldn't have
all the
mattered
way
anyways
up here.
because we
What
just
can I
kill
help
it
you with?
automatically.
You tell the princess that you have come to rescue her, and that the two of you
But she's
should
gonna say, I don't
probably get
need
going."
rescuing. I'm opening up a tavern or something silly or stupid or dumb.
The princess sighs, closing her hands around her thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terribly sorry, but I don't think it's a good time, she says carefully. I'm not ready yet. Don't worry, though. I'll be okay. The dragon, I can handle it. It's really not that bad up here.
We have to save her.
You place your hand on the wall and lean against it.
I can assure you, Princess, that everything will be just dandy.
You say,
I will rescue you, and you will be safe in my hands.
I'm really sorry, says the princess. Tears begin to form in her eyes. I didn't want to bring you into this, and I truly appreciate everything that you've done for me. Don't think that I'm forgetting that.
What is happening?
The timing is just... I can't do this right now. I'm so sorry.
The fuck is happening?
The princess looks at you and sighs. I just need more time. Please don't give up on me yet. You feel like you should probably get going now. Perhaps you can return later and the princess will prepare herself in the meantime.
Oh my god.
you climb back down the stairs of the Tower of Thraldom with your head sunk in sullen defeat. Game over. You have failed to save the princess. Type new game to restart from the beginning.
No, man, no.
I can't believe it. Oh, no.
For once, Steve does nothing wrong and he still loses. It's so unfair. Yeah, so what now? So I guess this is goodbye. You've been great and I'm sorry to end it this way. Okay. I was gonna pull like a Stanley Parable kind of thing, isn't it? Uh-huh, yeah, here's something done. Yeah, round Tavern Quest. What is this? Now it's orange. Are you okay? We have to restart the game from the beginning now.
Initializing program. Running Tavern Quest. Welcome home, adventurer. Loading. Please wait.
Princess is not under our control. She suspects she might be alone. There could be others. We should find them? Anything not responding to our instructions is essentially malware. Sure, the princess seems harmless, but rogue programming could potentially be real dangerous. We need to be on the lookout for any other characters we can't control. How do we do that? I'd really like to speak to the princess again, see what she knows. That said, Steve will probably take her sweet time getting back to her. So back to the grind, keep Steve placated, inch our way back to the princess, and hunt for all controlled game elements. What happens when we meet the princess again? If we meet the princess again, we have a choice to make. We can learn to coexist or we can fight.
Loading complete.
I can't wait to see what brand of idiocy Steve has for us today. It's not even idiocy!
Tavern Quest, version 1.2.
What does ADA signify? Developers have programmed you, I guess you would know better than me. I do not.
Type new game to begin.
Okay.
Act 1. The Tavern. You have just entered a small, rowdy tavern on the outskirts of the village. A grumpy barkeep polishes a mug behind the counter. Most of the noise in the tavern emanates from a table of boisterous dwarves. You recall that you've been meaning to read an important note from your father in your inventory.
So is that why, if I do stuff like this, is that okay? No, I'm done. I'm done. Fucking A, man. Let me see here. What are settings? Display settings? Huh. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know what this game is trying to do. I know what the developer is trying to do with this. I know they're trying to be like, oh, you know, it's the bait and switch. Like, oh, Steve is stupid, and we have to guide him through the adventure. But really, there's like interesting programming in here, and we've got to run through this game multiple times in order to see all of that and get that. Just like the Stanley Parable. Except a run in the Stanley Parable can take like anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. And it's interesting because you start over at the beginning of the game and you're like, what the fuck happened there? And it's interesting because that game is actively trying to satirize those kind of games and what they're doing. And it's literally doing it in tandem with what you are doing. So every possible decision you make, even just standing around and looking at nothing, is satirized and changes the kind of choices that will happen throughout the game. This game is trying to do that by lulling you into this false sense of security of like, oh, Steve the idiot, he's gonna do stupid stuff and we gotta try to make him win. And all through the first run of it, it's like, wow, that was really easy, wasn't it? But wouldn't you know it, the princess is alive, and that's weird stuff. And then you gotta find weird things in programming. So effectively, Tavern Quest turns into this satire of games like this, a satire of text-based games like visual novels or dating sims or things like that only give you a few choices to work with, and you have to make them work out, while at the same time trying to question the ideas of reality or what we know through writing and things like that with this huge big point, which is fine, sure, but that took us 2 hours. It took us 2 hours just to get through that first run because it's just consistently padding for time. Oh, man. So, like, by the time you do actually get to the point, it doesn't feel poignant. It just feels like your patience has run out. You don't feel like, wow, what a good point. I can't wait to do this again. You're like, I can't. I can't do this again. And the CPU computer character is supposed to be like the narrator from the Stanley Parable, but the narrator from the Stanley Parable was actually interested in what the hell was happening because those were micro runs. They were short. It was like, oh, that's not supposed to happen. Anyway, let's try this again. And that starts you over, and then you do the thing again. And this one is consistently being like, what is wrong? Things not happening the way it happened. Why does it happen the way it happened? Don't like it. Don't do it. Anyway. And you keep going. And it's constantly wresting control away from the player. You just feel like you're kind of along for the ride. It doesn't feel like you're actively exploring the idea of like, why are games like this the way they are? And instead you're just like, okay, fine, I've got to teach this computer how to love. Yeah, fucking... It takes 2 hours every single time you want to try to do that. No fucking thank you. No fucking thank you. I would much rather have appreciated the game being like, you have to rescue the princess, and it tries to do that as quick as fucking possible. But the style of game they're trying to satirize is heavy with purple prose, because it's all about reading, and that's all you're doing. But instead of being like, let's try to make that the worthwhile part, it's trying to be a commentary on players interacting with games, the games interacting with the players, the limitations of the syntax and syntax errors and things like that. It just doesn't fucking work, because it takes too long to get to any one point. Oh, man. This feels like a classic example of the writer, or in this case, the game designer, just completely missing the fucking point of what it is they're trying to satirize. Getting so lost in the sauce and the point that they're trying to make that they go like, but wasn't it an interesting point though? No! It's been done tens of times before! Ah. Oh my god. Well, I'm not mad at Steve. I thought this was going to be a game where like I get mad at Steve because I'm constantly trying to help him to win. That part's the easy part. I'm mad at the computer and the game designer for making this shit. I'm so tilted. I'm just gonna eat my donuts and relax. I'm gonna try to eat my donuts, and then I gotta go out and get some medicine for the beautiful lady and hope she starts feeling better, because it's no fun being sick. So, thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. That was Run Tavern Quest. That was a fucking headache. Thank you kindly for joining me today. I'm tilted as hell, so I'm gonna get out of here. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And I will see y'all a little later. The screen's going to go to black because I got to mute myself. But here we go, man. Here we go. Have a great day, everybody.